Okay, this is the development and pre-production feedback for FP Productions. So I'm a little bit confused just looking at the homepage in that I can see that's Terra House Productions, but here I've got Don't Look Back with blood, and then that, so I don't really have a production logo, and again up here I've got Don't Look Back. I don't know what your company's called, whether you're called FP Productions or whether you're called Don't Look Back. It's very confusing. So again, I don't think we've really understood here the nature of what a production company logo does. So I'd refer you back to maybe your AS notes where you did research into production, distribution and exhibition. But that logo will need to be changed. Also, the two logos don't match. A logo is consistent, so on Terra House you'll see that they have the same font on all of their stuff. So on your home page, if you compare yours to theirs, I think having the white background is probably not suitable for a horror film, because horror films generally tend to be dark, as you can even tell from the GIF that you've got here. So I think just looking at the design layout, it's a bit of a concern that we've got quite a bright thing on there. So that page needs changing, needs work, whoever student one was. Team profiles aren't done. So again, looking back at Terra House, we can see it's quite easy to know what you have to do. Photograph of yourself and your teams and your trailers and a bit of a commentary about you. So student one doesn't look like they've done two tasks now. Looking at the development section then, not quite labelled up in the way they should be. They should have treatment, concepts, textual analysis, and then it's horror research. So again, this section hasn't been laid out correctly. Okay, this is development. Okay, on here I've got 3 posts or 3 pieces of work. 1, 2, 3. I've got subgenres. I've got semiotics, and I've got iconic horror. So on here we've got knives and all that. We've got an e-maze. That looks like it's quite detailed. It's good. Yeah, that works fine. Here I've got subgenres, which you've chosen to do Prezi. So I'm just going to boot the other one up while we're doing that. We should generally try to avoid having too many of the same formats on here, so not using Prezi twice, for example. Okay, so initially looking at the subgenres, it's a bit kind of difficult to see. This works okay, so we've got that there, yeah. Then we've got splatter, yeah. So you could put things like trailers in, might be a useful way of kind of making this look a bit better. I'd say maybe this wasn't the best way to go in terms of presenting. Might have been better to have used ThingLink, but you've done the Prezi now. Looking through this, again we need some examples here, some visual stuff, because this is just all text. We've only got, so it was almost like we've given up putting pictures in or trailers in. So we need a bit more in there, I think, particularly. This section is very detailed. Again, lots of stuff in the Prezi here, so this is good. Yeah, and you've got your stuff in your trailers. This is the best piece of work so far. So at the moment it's incomplete. On this section you should be adding in your Cabin in the Woods analysis that you did for me back in June. You should also be adding in the timeline for Conjuring 2 that you did in that class, where you went through the trailer for the Conjuring 2, the teaser trailer, the 1-minute one, and you identified all the shots and the timings in the order that they appeared. You were then given a task to go onto Shutterstock, download some clips and to start editing them into a rough version of that trailer. That work needs to be on there as well, because it was still considered to be research along with your Cabin in the Woods. Your summer trailers haven't been uploaded. They should probably go on your team profiles page, and then your evaluation of them needs to go on there as well. The other things that are missing from this then, if we go on to development work, horror genre research, is we don't have the semiotics. Oh no, you do semiotics, sorry. We don't have the horror theories on there. So your Todorov, your prop, your final girl, all that kind of stuff that's in the booklet. Also the critical analysis of your film trailers should be in there as well. The crits, we call those in your booklet. So that section's about probably, I'd say, about 50% complete. That needs definitely more work done to it, that presentation here. So at the moment we're probably looking around about the sort of D grade. Moving forward then through the other sections, textual analysis. Okay, so we've got film posters, and this time we've used ThingLink, which is good. Yeah, that looks nice. So that's a bit more interactive. I like that. Good. Excellent. And then we've got the stuff down there, and this is good because you talked about the inspiration, and that's really good. So that's nice work. What you could do, of course, is you could put who actually did the work on here. That would be quite useful to do as well. Okay, these are good. Yep, nice, very nice. Yep, this bit's complete. And we've got our magazine analysis as well. Good. Okay, we need a third one. We've only got two. Might be useful to have a third one. What I would do is also leave a comment at the bottom saying which one of these you think is the better one for you to work to. Is it the Empire layout, or is it more the kind of horror magazine layout, and why? Obviously, bear in mind with this one you have to have a lot more pictures that you have to take, and they have to be all yours. But this is good piece of work. Moving forward then, we're on to concepts. So here we've got Pedri's concept, so Felicia, we need to get yours on there. That's important. We also need to have the vote button on there, and we also need to have positives and negatives. So again, if we look at what these guys did under development, under concepts, we should have the thing on here about positives and negatives, about what they thought about these concepts and why they were choosing them. So the one thing that's missing at the moment is the treatment. What that basically means is we don't actually have a film to go into production because we don't have the treatment. Treatment again was part of the development work that should have been done over a week and a half ago. Treatment is another presentation which goes through things like where it's going to be filmed, what the synopsis of the story is, and most importantly what similar films and trailers have influenced this idea. So this is still remaining to be done, and unfortunately that's going to obviously bring down the mark quite substantially, but it also means you can't really go any further with the film production until that is established. Okay, looking through production, I can see we haven't put anything on there yet. So again, we're 2 days away from the final deadline for this one, when this is due for assessment. I don't have anything to leave you feedback on. So bear in mind this is 13 hours of work here. It's a bit of a concern that I don't actually have much on here. I know you're working part of a group of 2, but still I should have some evidence on here by now. So that's causing a few problems from what I can see. So at the moment, based on what we've got, I'm kind of predicting you a sort of high E grade, which is a shame because I know you can do better than that. You've just got to get on top of presenting and submitting the work. I should see 75% of what you've done here on here, and I'm not at the moment.